And we are back. Amakwe has just stealthed. So Ozla, as you turn around to kind of look at the newcomer, she's not there anymore. She's vanished from sight. So now, Amakwe, now that you are stealth, you can go ahead and go up to the giant bee and make your attack.
All right, and that's a D20 as well, right?
Yep, that's a D20 plus your Dex modifier plus your proficiency modifier, which right now is 2.
$25.
Oh, well, that's definitely going to
God.
hit. That is absolutely going to hit. So go
Was
ahead
that a nat
and-
20?
No, it was an 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then her dexterity is +5.
Damn.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage with an extra 1d6 in there. And how you roll damage, Amakwe, you're using a short sword, you said. So that's going to be 1d6 plus your dex plus another 1d6. So go ahead and roll that up.
I just want to write this all down. So D6, and you said plus dex?
Plus dex.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're sneak attacking...
And it's a D6 twice?
Yep, because you're sneak attacking.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. $12.
All
Jesus.
right.
Christ.
So, Amakwe, tell me a story. How does this bee die?
The bee explodes.
So she, suddenly just vanishes. And she's kind of just going through the woods, just as quiet, as stealthy as she possibly can. Sees the bee, sees like the sweet spot in between like the head, and she kind of just quietly jumps on it, stabs her sword at the top of the head, and kind of just like drags it back a little bit.
Oh my God.
And then all you hear is like the sword just come out, and she just like lands on the floor.
Are you
just looks at
unzipping
it.
this bee?
I wrote it in my notes and lobotomized it.
Holy shit. Okay, so Fakin and Ozla.
This bee has been undone.
Fakin and Ozla, you see this bee coming towards you, but suddenly you see, like, from behind it, a sword coming up, and then just suddenly slamming down on its head, and it starts to, like, kind of, like, thrash around in the air before the sword pulls back, and you hear just, like, the crunch of the carapace, kind of, like, splitting.
Ew.
And, Amakwe, there's kind of like a black ichor that kind of like sprays up into your face, but you're still able to like bring the sword all the way down. And as you jump back and land, like, I don't know, kind of like Catwoman is kind of how I envision Amakwe dancing around or whatever. The bee kind of struggles in the air for a bit before finally thump, falling to the floor. Its wings still twitching, but its legs curling up, very much dead.
Damn.
She kind of just like stands up and like flips her ponytail back, and kind of just like
Right before.
Stylish.
and she's
All
like,
right. I'm sorry, you were saying?
all right. She's kind of just like, all right, where's the other one? She's just like so like amped up, like she just wants to go for more.
Okay. Next now is Ozla.
Hi. Well, see what she's just done. I was gonna get like really big eyed and she's like, she's looking at her, she's like, I love you. And then, and then what she's gonna do as she's saying that, she's gonna pull out one of her javelins that she's got, and she's gonna try and aim it at the last bee that's left. I think.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
How do I do that again?
So javelin, that's a strength-based weapon, so you're going to roll d20 plus your proficiency plus your strength.
Plus my what? Proficiency.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll make a chart later so you guys can like pull up real quick. And
Thank you.
again, should have done that first. I'm a bad DM. I'm sorry.
16.
What's that?
16.
16. All right. And what is the damage on a javelin? So you're definitely gonna hit. And pulling out the old player's handbook. Giving it a quick flip through to
Flipping to the
weapons.
giant bee section.
Anyway, so roll a 1d6 and add your strength bonus.
Add my strength bonus.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Five.
Okay. So, you throw your javelin as hard as your little body will allow, and Fenkin, it's actually kind of interesting to watch her like fling this javelin because again, she's a very small person, but
It's
like
longer than her.
but the power behind it is devastating to the point where you hear like as the javelin soars through the air, and it looks like the bee is about to like rear back with its abdomen and deliver another sting to Nox, which would certainly be the killing blow if the javelin didn't pass through its skull, taking a large meaty chunk of what looks like a brain with it. And
Oh,
it sails right through the bee's head, clatters to the road with droplets of ichor flying about, and the bee, like the other one, thrashes in the air but falls back dead.
oh,
Wow.
damn.
Congratulations, everybody! You have killed 2 giant bees.
Woo!
Hey.
And your
Bee
prize is
murderer.
a new car.
Bee murderers.
Nox, how close are you to dying?
Yeah, Nox isn't looking good. She's kind of bleeding.
Nox
from
has
the
2
shoulder.
hit points.
Yeah,
and she's in a
bleeding from
tree.
the shoulder. She's got a pretty big like impale wound in a place that I won't mention. She doesn't look great.
An extra butthole.
Yeah. Back up one.
Congratulations.
So is anyone gonna go help your leader or whatever?
I don't want to be. I just want to say, can I raise my hand really quickly? I don't want to be the leader. I didn't demote me, please.
Yeah, put Dhuur'in in front instead. That'll be a great idea.
He'll do great. He'll run into all kinds of things.
Scared off everybody.
She's in the tree. She has all 4 claws out in the bark.
Wait, she's in
Tail
a tree?
puffed up.
Nox is in a tree.
Yeah, she's still in the tree.
Okay, so you see Nox tail poofed out, kind of like clinging to a branch left and right. Are you seriously gonna make him like pss, 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 to come down?
Well, since Nox was the one to heal him during that one battle, he'll kind of skulk up. And he's pretty tall, so I imagine he'd be pretty close to her in the tree, and he'll just kind of look up and then like extend one creepy bony arm, like I'm down.
She flattens her ears and hisses.
Amaquay, real quick. Because you've never seen Dhuur'in walk before, it doesn't really look like walking with the way that his robes drag behind him. It looks more like he's kind of gliding across the ground, and it's very unsettling.
As she refuses to come down, I would like Fenkin to sort of like give Gesh a look and like maybe we should shake the tree.
Oh, poor Nox. All I imagine is like that scene in Princess and the Frog where the cat's on the ceiling and it's just like this.
Yeah.
She falls with her remaining 2 hit points.
Basically.
So you've got a very sticky, hurt Tabaxi up in the tree, who seems very not keen on coming down.
If only we had a bard who could calm her down.
Can I use my little bell that I have to like
You know what? You know what? Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make like a persuasion check, and this is gonna be versus what's Nox? What's your wisdom?
My wisdom.
Yeah.
My like my wisdom modifier.
No, you're just. What's your wisdom? Is it what's
16?
16. Okay. Okay. Which makes that okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. With advantage because she's high.
And that's a D20 plus persuasion, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
And remember, you have advantage, so you use the higher number.
So 19 is the roll plus 1, so 20.
Okay, so Nox, as scared as you are, lady very pretty, bell very shiny. And you do feel compelled to like come down just so you can get a shot of that bell, because that's a nice ass bell. That's a shiny bell. It's making a very nice noise in your honey-addled brain.
No matter what kind of cat you are, a bell means treats. So here she comes.
Okay.
So she's kind of just like ringing it and just like, okay, like, come on, like, come on down. And she kind of just sits cross-legged on the floor. We're just waiting for this little high, drunken, acid, tripping cat to come down.
This is the best
kind of
tea
just
party
she's
ever.
she's very ragged from the high, but also from almost dying from this bee. She's very bloody, and she'll just like come and crawl over and then just like sit there with her.
Okay, so once Nox
I
gets
can't believe that worked.
once Nox gets
Either.
down, you guys begin to hear more buzzing. It's in the distance, but there seems to be a lot more than two, so it's probably time to get out of there. So, does someone want to like haul Fenkin? Not Fenkin. Haul Nox over your shoulder and get running?
You can take Fenkin too. Let's take Fenkin on one shoulder and Nox on the other.
Yes.
I would suggest the strongest member of the group do that.
I was gonna say who's strong enough to.
I was gonna say like.
Gesh is probably the only one strong enough to carry any of, well, except for Ozla. I think anyone could carry Ozla.
Give Ozla the cat!
Okay, so are you guys running away then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably
Yes.
a good idea.
Yes.
Dhuur'in's already on his way. He'll lead the party.
He's floating away.
He's gliding away on his heelys.
Who's got Nox? Who's got Nox? Who's got Nox with him?
Who has Nox?
I think Oz should have Nox.
Do it, Oz.
Yeah. She's gonna put her over her shoulders like she's a scarf.
Just power lifting.
Fireman Carry!
So, as you put Nox on your shoulder, you hear her kind of like very weakly say "wee" as you start running. And fortunately, you guys kind of are able to make it out of the bees' territory before any of them show up. And at this point, night has begun to fall, and you make your way down the pathway. And Nox, you've started to come down, for lack of a better word. Things still seem a bit fuzzy, but like you have more clarity now. But it does seem like it's time for a good night's rest.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I imagined Fenkin like lifting her by the feet and then like a what is the word? The things with wheels. So, yeah. This is kind of like
Are they coffin dance carrying Nox? What?
what is the word of the things you would like shovel horse shit into?
That doesn't answer any of our questions.
Yeah, like he would hold her by her two legs, and then she would like lean her weight onto us, and then he would.
I thought you just called her horse shit. I was like,
So who's setting up camp and who's administering first aid to Nox? If the Nox will let her, we'll let them.
I think
Does
I have
anyone have a healing spell except me? Am I the only one with a
You're
healing
the
spell?
only one. You're the healer of the party. I have I think I have points in medicine, so I can help you stop bleeding.
All right, give me a medicine check.
Yeah, that works.
That'll be a 21.
Yay.
Okay, so you definitely know what you're doing.
Healed.
Fortunately for you, Nox, like Fenkin's very, very good with their hands, and not only are-
Dhuur'in! It's me!
I'm so sorry.
Kolbavar!
What is
I
this
lived in the
elf
woods for
racism?
so long. I mend
They're
my
not
own
even the same
wounds
kind
with
of elf.
leaves.
I'm sorry. I associate Finn
You know
with
who the
twinks.
favourite is.
I'm sorry.
Kolbavar is a twink!
Anyway, so Kolbavar, Dhuur'in, with your knowledge that you've ascertained living on your own for so long, you are able to. It's not as quite as well as a trained healer might be able to do. You're able to stop the bleeding and also like lessen the pain that comes from the poison. Unfortunately, the poison is beginning to wear off. Nox, the burn starts to like fade until there's nothing really left of it. And by the time it does, do we want to say that Fenkin, Amakwe, Gesh, and Ozla work together to get camp kind of set up, put up a bit of a perimeter and a campfire and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
I'm okay with
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
So, as the stars begin to glitter in the night sky, the moon begins to glow a nice golden yellow, and it's still like a bit cold, but the fire is keeping you guys warm, especially out in this northern area near the mountains. And do you guys want to do anything before you go to sleep? Do you want to talk amongst characters? Do you want to?
Are they going to have
Nox
like
is
a
going to-
patrol?
Oh yeah, patrol is a good idea.
Yeah, sleep and
Nox
shift.
is going to start like licking to get herself clean, and then think better of licking the honey again, and then she's just gonna like get like some cloth from her bag and just use that to like scrub herself off because she doesn't want to lick it again.
Okay. We need to take a quick break. I need some orange juice. I'll be right back. So, talk amongst
Orange
yourselves what
juice.
you want to do, and then give me the rundown when I get back, okay?
We should set a night watch again.
Yeah.
Sleeping in shifts is always a good idea.
It would be kind of
Yes,
fun
Zadash.
to roleplay a little bit and like see if they can get to know each other a little better.
Mhm.
I like that. Disgusting. Ew, throw it out.
You read my drabble about Dhuur'in. You don't need to know him.
But what if I want to know
We know
everything?
But our characters don't know him.
Exactly.
So don't talk to him though. He's even more terrified of women than Fenkin is, but in a different way, like genuine fear.
They can kind of huddle together unwillingly at like the edge of the camp.
I like that for those that are terrified of women in this party, like Nox doesn't count. I guess because
Oh no,
she's
he's
the cat.
terrified of Nox, but she healed him once, so he kind of owes her a little
That's
bit.
fair.
And I would also like to say that it's hilarious that also used the word terrified of women because it's a little bit more complicated than that for Fen. But sure, go ahead and think so. That's fine.
Okay, so what did we come up with?
Well,
We're
Sophie
definitely
left.
gonna sleep in shifts and maybe do a little role playing to get to know each other.
Okay. All right. So, where did Sophie go?
I don't know.
She vanished.
That's the question.
She's just gone.
Why does she appear?
She might have gone to the bathroom or something.
Why does she have
she
what appears
probably-
to be like a 5-year-old's costume hanging off her wardrobe?
Those are her clothes, Connor.
Let's say, Connor.
They look so
My
small.
so tiny. For those who are watching and who don't know, Sophie, the player who plays Ozla Highhill, is 4'8".
You just come on.
We're on blast.
Just tell everyone that.
So
Jeez, man.
So why she chose to play one of the shortest?
No, Connor,
What
keep
did you just
talking. Connor,
say?
keep talking. Connor,
Talking, come on.
finish the thought.
Yeah, come on, Connor.
Okay, so
Say it.
Why did Sophie
Come on,
choose
Connor.
to play what?
as the night draws on,
Oh, you coward. You coward.
Okay.
She's
It's
gonna
okay,
watch
it's
this.
being
She's gonna see it
recorded.
all.
as the night drags on,
I'm watching this.
and as you all kind of like sit around the fire, maybe you're roasting something from your rations. Which, by the way, everybody, if you have rations left, go ahead and erase one more. Go ahead and subtract 1 day of rations from your inventory if you have rations. So,
Unless
again,
you're Dhuur'in, who just eats like, I don't know, like a raw crow.
Yeah, I just catch a bird and just.
wow. Okay.
Bites its head off like Ozzy Osbourne.
What is cooking? What is salt?
I love to.
I don't have rations.
I love to imagine that Dhuur'in didn't even go like hunting for the crow. They're like he was just sitting at the campfire, and then suddenly his hand shoots up, and a crow slams into it, and he brings it down.
Horrifying.
So you all watch this horrifying display, and kind of like as a group deciding not to talk to Dhuur'in, you look for literally anything else to do.
I'm putting this in my notes.
So we'll start with M. Fenkin, what's Fenkin doing?
Well, as you can see, I'm right now sitting in front of the fire.
Yes, very good prop work. Very good prop work. That's improv 101. Very good.
So he sits in front of the fire, sort of scooching away just a little bit from Kolbavar after that frightening display of whatever that was. And he's still keeping his distance a little bit from Amake, and he's just trying not to catch her eye, like look at her. Tries to, but he would be a lot closer to us if she just didn't always try to approach the new people and wanting to be friendly to them. So it depends on where she is, but he kind of keeps to himself, tidies himself up a little bit, fixes his hair that got all ruined from his beautiful fight with the bees, and keeps silently to himself.
All right. What is Gesh doing? How's Gesh faring?
Well, Gash is just. Gash is just sitting there by the fire, kind of grumbling about how stupid it was of Nox to try and get that hunting for no reason. And yeah, just sitting there by himself grumbling.
Grumpy.
Oh god damn it. Bees today. Well, we fought bees today.
Okay. What is Ozla doing? How's our little halfling?
She's sort of like humming old sea shanty, and she's gonna like walk up to Amake. How'd you say her name again?
Amakwe.
Amakwe. She's gonna walk up to Amakwe. She's gonna like hunker down next to her and be like, "So, where do you come from?"
And she kind of just like looks at her. She's like, "You're very curious. but I'm from Dhuur'in, and been there my whole life, and now I'm here with you guys. So that's my story. What about you? You're very small and seem very chatty.
Yeah, Finn hates that, like both parts of it. But I'm from around, sorta, kinda. Met Ben ages ago. But I wanted to ask you, I don't know where Dhuur'in is, but like, have you been? You work for the Ghuldi lady, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like you work for the Ghuldi lady. Have you worked for her for a long time?
I would say probably the last 4 or 5 years, give or take.
Okay,
I've been with her.
Do you know? See, because usually people like that, like big important people, they usually know like a lot, and I'm looking for people, very specific ones, and I just, how much would she know about pirates? Do you know if she'd know anything like that, or?
Amakwe, go ahead and make me what check would this be? Go ahead and make me a history check.
Oh, what was it? I'm sorry.
A history check.
History.
History, yeah.
16.
16. Okay, so, Amakwe, in your years working for doing odd jobs for Goldie down at Pride's Call. Pride's Call isn't a very coastal town, so there's never much talk about pirates. Every now and then, a report did come in from the Imperial controlled points about like pirate activity, but that's always been in the Menagerie Coast, and that's just to keep everybody informed about what's been going on with the local news. But nothing really specific. You don't remember Goldie mentioning anything specific about pirates.
Okay. Yeah, can't say I have. Maybe 1 or 2 reports, but you're out of luck. You're gonna have to ask her yourself.
Right.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Would she know anyone that does? Do you think she would, or?
I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't.
Right. Okay. Wow. Oh wow. So you did a really cool trick with the sword earlier. Can you teach me that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you can do it later and scare that little skittish little skinny one that keeps looking away from me. How about that?
I don't actually know why he's scared of you. I don't know if it's just because you're a woman, because I'm a woman and he's not really scared of me, but I'm always muddy, so he stays away anyways. But do you know why he might be scared of you?
I couldn't tell you, but I would love to sneak up on him one day and just scare the piss out of him.
Tell me when you do and I'll help you do it. He's so fun to scare.
At this point, he sneezes a little bit. He's like, "Achoo."
Yeah, I think she'd probably taper off the conversation there. Just
Okay, I forgot to
try and get her to sing along with her.
I forgot to mention, while this has all been going on, Nox, who had been injured during the last fight, you're not really sitting around the fire. You're kind of like laying next to it. They've Dhuur'in had after they took care of you, kind of had you lay down, kind of like maybe put like a bag or something under your head, so you could get some rest. Are you doing anything?
Me, Nox?
Yes, you, Nox. No, Michael Jordan.
Huh?
No, never mind.
Okay. She was just kind of, that thing that cats do when they're like cleaning between their toes and they like bite and they go like like to bite like dirt and stuff out from between their toes. She's doing that. She's really just trying to get clean. It's partially like genuinely just trying to get, blood and dirt and stuff off of her, but it's also just her like trying to relax after how stressful this day was for her.
Okay.
So she's kind of been laying there. She's listening. As usual, whenever anyone is talking nearby, you can kind of assume that even if she's like focused on, bathing herself, she's still got her ears. She's probably got one ear pointed at Ozla and Amaque, and she's got the other ear like pointed at Fenkin when he sneezes.
Okay. Fenkin.
Just observing, but she's quiet. She's just kind of trying to chill.
Fenkin, as you like recover from your sneeze and you kind of look around, you kind of look over at Nox and you see her. She's got her foot in her hand and she's going.
Trying to
He
get
makes
that dirt out.
a not so subtle expression of disgust. He's like,
Dhuur'in, make a perception check.
Ooh. Can I also take this moment to say that I like how everyone in character has decided to rag on Fen for being skinny? Everyone just calls him the skinny one.
well, there's a perfectly bony shadow man right there.
Yeah, he's wearing this long clothes.
That's an
I
11.
can really tell.
11. Okay. All right. So as the night wears on, you all begin to feel a bit sleepy. So now it's time to take some shifts. Who's taking? And with as many people as there are here, with the day you've had, I'm going to say it's going to take only about 3 people to hold vigil throughout the night. So which 3 people are going to be? Obviously, Nox can.
No, Nox is going to fucking bed.
Fenkin can't sleep anyway, so okay. Yeah, never mind.
So we got Amaque, we got Gesh, and we got Dhuur'in. Do you guys want to say Amaque is the first to take the first watch? Have the newbie take the first watch?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So Amaque, are you still sitting at the campfire as everybody goes to sleep, or are you going to go into a tree or something? What's your plan here?
She will kind of just like stand around a tree a little bit further away from the camp. And eventually like she's kind of just like leaning against a tree, just kind of watching and listening to kind of everything around.
Okay. All right. Okay. So as you're kind of like leaning against the tree, you begin to hear footsteps approach, but you can tell they're not like sneaky footsteps. In fact, like you kind of hear a stumbling, and then you hear like something getting caught on a branch, and then you hear a thump, and then you hear oh that hurt, oh that hurt, oh that hurt, oh ouch ouch ouch. And from the bushes out walks a gnome in white robes, and he's kind of like hopping along, holding his foot, just like and he sees you, and he freezes. Hello.
Can I help you?
Do you know where the road is?
She kind of just squints at him. What do I get in return if I tell you where the road is?
Ooh.
Oh, well, and he kind of like puts his foot down after shaking it out, after stubbing it, and he kind of like pats around his robes, and he's like, I don't have much in the way of gold, unfortunately, but I'm a traveling priest, and I suppose I could, a blessing! I could bless you and your party. Oh, you're sleeping. I could bless you and your party if you want.
You probably don't by any chance. You don't do like any extra sort of healing, do you?
Well, I know a little healing magic, aye.
And she kind of just winks at him. And she's thinking like, damn, that'd be useful. More so for Nox.
And he kind of like blinks at you because you're not saying anything. So he's like, "Oh, did you?"
And
want
Nox
me
is
to...
sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
After a moment, he's like, "Oh, did you want me to?" "Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. I can do that. Absolutely." And he kind of like takes out a pendant, and you kind of recognize the silver outline of a dragon's head on the pendant, and you recognize it as the sigil of the Platinum Dragon, a god of order and justice. And kind of very gently, he takes his amulet out and he closes his eyes and starts to wave it around, and he starts a very low prayer under his breath, something along the lines of, "Guide their hands, O silvered ones. Guide their hands and their slumber." Aye. And that goes on for about 5 minutes. And eventually he's done, and he puts his amulet back on. He says, "All right, the road now."
Can she try and steal the amulet?
He's looking right at you.
Damn it. Okay.
Point in the
I figured. I was like, you know what? Maybe. And she kind of just points away from the camp, not where they're at, but like opposite direction of where the road is. Because she doesn't really like trust this little gnomey priesty guy.
Okay.
So she would rather not trust a like 2-foot thing than a 7-foot dragon and a floaty misty man.
Okay. All right.
You know what?
So
That's fair.
he looks the direction that you pointed. He's like, "Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Blessings of the Platinum Dragon upon you all." And he turns and he leaves. And as he leaves into the bushes, you hear another thump. Oh, not again. Oh, not again. But eventually, your watch does indeed come to an end. And now it is Gesh or Dhuur'in. Which one? All right, Dhuur'in. As you take over for the night, you let Amakwe go to sleep. Let me roll. All right. It's a full moon.
Ooh. Mysterious.
You hear nothing, you see nothing, your watch ends, and now it's time for Gesh.
Woo!
Wow. That amazing. All right, so it's get you wanna yeah?
What?
Yeah.
Go on.
So Gesh gets up, checks that his gold is still there. It's his gold with him as he goes to a tree to just watch over the camp. He just keeps his gold by his side the whole time.
Okay, so you also hear a rustling in the bushes, but instead of a gnome, you see the biggest, fattest raccoon you've ever seen kind of come like stumbling out, and it's kind of got like droopy eyes, and it like sort of looks around, and it kind of like looks at it spots you, but kind of looks at you sort of indignantly, and then just like keeps walking on its weird little raccoon hands. And you watch as it makes its way over to Fenkin and pushes its little snout into Fenkin's robes, and eventually it comes out and it's got like a biscuit from Fenkin's rations in its mouth. And then it's like kind of like chewing it, kind of doing that thing where it tries to like snap it into its mouth, but then it eventually turns and you watch it waddle away back into the bushes.
Gesh does nothing.
I was saying, are we to presume that Gesh just let it happen?
He would.
Yeah, Gesh is just like, Okay,
He's like,
yeah, fine.
All right.
I'm absolutely fine
Does
with.
that mean I need to
I-
deduct
I don't
another
care.
ration from my inventory?
You do, yes.
Aw,
All right.
poor Finn.
Thanks, Gish.
So
You can just eat random flora and fauna with me.
all right.
Wow.
So with that, the night comes to a close, and the sunrise begins to rise up over the ridges of the mountain range, which isn't too far now. And it's still very cold, even with the dawn setting in. But as you wake up, you all feel well rested. You get all your spell slots back. You get all your health back. If you've been poisoned, you're no longer poisoned. All that good shit.
Yay.
And as you clean up your campsite, it's time to get going back onto the road.
Woo. On the road again.
By the way, Finn is totally gonna blame us for this.
What?
He's gonna blame the biscuit on us when he eventually finds out.
Do you think she's gonna snuck into his room and taking it herself?
First time.
And as you guys leave the clearing and kind of like step back onto the road, you see there's a huge stain of blood on the cobblestone road, and there's also a scrap of white cloth,
Ooh.
and there's something, and there's also something silvery glinting.
Oh
amidst the blood.
no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, that's odd.
Can Emma quick grab the silvery thing?
What's that?
Can Emma quick grab the silvery thing?
Sure. As you approach and like you pull it out, it's still the blood's still kind of like drying on it, but you recognize the amulet.
You guys led him to his death?
He's on the road.
She kind of just looks at it and kind of like doesn't get wide-eyed, but just is like, and just kind of looks around at everyone else. And just like nonchalantly, it's just a necklace with a dragon on it.
Yeah.
Don't think it necessarily means anything.
Dhuur'in
Don't
watched
worry
her
about it, guys.
I did see a gnome.
quickly while she pocketed that amulet. He just kind of stared at her.
Fair. Very fair.
Okay.
No judgment, just staring.
Anybody else want to do anything before you continue on down the road?
Finn can kind of grimaces at the bloodstain as he carefully tiptoes around it to not accidentally step in it, and then he just on the floor.
Try not to get any blood on his boots.
Is the blood? Is there a trail where the? Is there a trail to where the dead body of it is, or like?
Yeah.
of the gnome is? Or-
Yeah, it seems like the blood, the way it's pooling, it seems like it kind of stopped here, but behind it there is like a kind of trail that, for some reason, is leading towards your camp.
Hmm.
Oh,
Can we inspect it, or is there nothing to really learn aside from that?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Where is that? Oh, I have a +0, so I'm sure it'll go great.
I have a +1.
Christ Jesus, my fucking rolls are so bad.
Well,
I'll roll 2.
I didn't tell
Alright.
you to roll. I told Nox to roll.
Alright,
Can
I'll
he
roll
also
then.
roll so that we can learn something? Because we're not learning anything with my 7.
Okay, you look. Gosh, that's a
I
lot
look
of
at it for
blood,
2
you think,
seconds and
as
I'm
you
like,
look at
I don't
the,
know what the fuck
as
this
you
is.
look at the ground. What? What?
Would you?
I think we both talked at once. What was that, Knock?
Oh no, I was just saying that I have what I'm.
Do you want me to take a look at the blood?
Sure.
Ethan, what are you doing?
Nox will wave at
I don't know about it.
Dhuur'in and
Just like,
point at the blood and be like, "You have strange proclivities. Figure this out."
Can I roll now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
I rolled a 2. Never mind.
Dhuur'in says, "Is that blood?"
He just kind of looks at it and then looks at her and shakes his head.
Yeah, you also look at the blood. You also look at the blood splatter, and your first thought is something died here. Anyway,
So pretty.
so I'm assuming, having learned nothing, that you guys continue on.
We don't.
Yep, fuck it.
We're not able to follow the trail.
Move along.
Leading back to town.
He said it went back to our
Dhuur'in's
camp,
just
yeah.
gonna start walking for their next destination. He's just gonna head on by.
Okay.
Oh, little no.
So Dhuur'in's gliding away. No regard for anyone else.
Got places to be.
So I'm assuming everybody's following him.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, after another mournful look at the tattered remains of what was once a life. Yeah.
All right. So
I'll never forget
Everybody-
the random gnome.
So everybody and Amakwe with her dark secret in tow. Sets off down
Blood
the road.
medallion.
And as you go down south down the road, it starts to get even colder and colder as you approach the mountains, and eventually the verdant green of the forest starts to become like a gray and then a white as the snow begins to like speckle the landscape. It does get noticeably colder, yes. What's the walking order here?
Dhuur'in's up front now, walking very quickly.
Amakwe's in the back.
Floating
They're in the
rapidly.
front. I mean, Fenkin's in the front as well, like behind.
Following me around. Dhuur'in's gonna keep like looking over his shoulder at Fenkin, like.
I think Oz is going to be in the front as well with Fern, because I think they were just arguing about her stealing his biscuit or something.
Okay. Fenkin, what's your passive perception?
Is it okay? The one at the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's under your skills.
14.
What's that?
14.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So, eventually, you guys come to a kind of like a wooden post, and it seems like there might have been something nailed to it, but it's been long since removed. You can kind of see the grooves in the wood and all that. And you can see that there's also kind of like a natural rocky entranceway into the mountains themselves that gives away from the path. But Fenkin, you sense something. Like the hairs on the back of your neck start to prickle up, and as this happens, you see like a movement out of the corner of your eye, and yeah, exactly. And absolute instinct starts to like propel your body as you reach forward and grab the back of Dhuur'in's robe and yank him back. And just as you yank him back, a throwing axe is hurled out of nowhere and it slams right into the ground, right where Dhuur'in's feet would have been, had you not pulled him back.
Oh no.
Yeah, he reaches out, he grabs him by the hood, and just kind of janks him as they both sort of fall over onto the dirty ground, and he lets out a little screech like, ah!
No, don't pull his head off.
So everybody, you just watched you watched the two elves suddenly wrestle back, and as they fall back, you see a massive double-headed throwing axe just in the ground.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Nox lets out a hiss of "here we go again," and then just takes out her bow right away.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I scramble to my feet and shut up my clothes, toss a single glance at poor Kolbavar, and then looks at the axe. Says nothing. It's just like,
Kolbavar's not very happy. One, that he was touched by another living being. And two, that he fell over. So he's gonna get up and like kick the side of the axe.
Okay. So as this is happening, you hear footsteps. The iron sound of footsteps against cobblestone. And these are heavy, heavy footsteps. It's just like a that comes lumbering out of the woods. And you see a flash of green amidst the white snowfall. And soon a large hulking figure steps into the pathway just about 10 feet in front of you. Just a huge fucking wall of green muscle and bulging abdomens and all that. Abdomen.
Is it like ripped Shrek?
Bulging abdomen. You see, before you
Fiona.
Our answer is it ripped Shrek?
Before you stands a very heavily muscled orc. He's incredibly tall, about 7'5". His large tusks kind of curl out from a very large squared jaw. He's just a huge specimen of an orc. He's covered in kind of like a battle harness that kind of comes down from his right shoulder down across his chest, which leads the eye down to just these rock hard pectoral muscles.
No, describe how hard the muscles are some more.
Can you spare poor Vinn?
He's wearing fur-lined boots, and he's got kind of like a black
apple bottom jeans
sort of mohawk. He's got kind of like a black sort of mohawk that goes all the way back to the back of his neck.
Yes.
And on his right shoulder, you see what appears to be the bleached skull of a dragon wormling.
Oh yeah.
Strapped to like an iron shoulder plate. And
fuck.
You notice that he stares at you with very intelligent yellow eyes. His piggish nose kind of like snorting. You see the air kind of like blow out in the cold around you. And he raises his right hand. And you notice, well, he doesn't raise his right hand because when he raises his right arm, you see that kind of right here, his arm ends, and there's kind of like a meaty stump. And embedded into that stump is this massive block of iron with kind of like a pick that comes out in the back. And he raises it up at you. And in a very loud, very booming voice, More always come. Despite the lessons I beat into them. Again and again, Pride's call sends dogs into my mountains. This land is not yours, outsiders. This land is not imperial or dynastic. This is only the sun's land. For the light was here long before you ever were. And he sweeps. He kind of like sweeps his hammer arm out to kind of gesture towards all of you. I am giving you one chance to turn back, and if you do not, then it is by my hand that I will swat the wrist of the petulant child. Now choose. Return, walk away, and live your blessed lives, or die here and now. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Dun, dun, dun,
You said everyone rolls what? I'm sorry, it cut out.
Everybody rolls initiative.
Initiative. Yeah.
I got a 7.
That was a D20, right?
Woo!
That D20, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I got a 20.
Jesus.
I got a 23.
Wow.
1. Da-da-da-da-da. This land is land. We need it.
Okay. Going down the order. Ozla, what'd you get?
21.
Ooh.
Okay. Just a second.
What's 9 plus 10? 21?
Amakwe, what'd you get?
Sorry?
Amakwe, what'd you get?
23.
Okay. Dhuur'in, what'd you get?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Gesh, what'd you get?
19.
Okay. Nox, what'd you get?
13.
Fenkin, what'd you get?
20.
Okay.
Damn. These rolls, though.
All right. So first up is the orc, and so he still with his hammer hand raised. He says, "I see you've made your choice," and he raises it up, and he says, "Does anybody here speak Orcish, by the way?"
Not me.
Oh.
All right.
Nope.
So he raises his hand and he shouts, "Nosha, Norak!" And as he does, the hammer lights up in a bright yellow flame.
Ooh. Cool.
And he swings it around. You watch as like the light kind of like trails through the air, and with just a bellowing war cry, Ozla, he charges you and attacks.
No!
Why the smallest?
Why am I the tiniest one in the fucking party?
So does a 15 hit?
My armor class.
Yes.
Is that? No, it does not hit. It's 18.
Okay. So you're able to bring your shield up just in time as he brings the hammer down. And as he does, there's this loud metallic echo as it slams right into your shield. And again, you were able to block it, but the force behind it is like nothing you've ever felt before. And it's so great that as soon as the hammer strikes, the ground beneath your feet cracks in a circle.
Ooh.
And as you're kind of like struggling, as he tries to push his hammer down on your shield, he leans down and he says, "I do not wish for this, but you bring me no other choice." Next in line is Amakwe.
His thing is still on fire, right?
It is still very much on fire, yes.
And he's still kind of battling Ozla, right?
That's right, yes.
Fuck. Because I was gonna say, can I use one of my oil flasks to throw, hopefully hit,
Oh, damn.
and burst in flames? But if Ozla's right there, I don't want to risk it. Because she's cute and funny, so well, she likes her. I am gonna use my, I guess, short bow. I'll use that.
Okay.
And I'll kind of aim it towards, like, right here.
Okay. Go and roll a d20 plus your proficiency plus your dex.
$26.
26. Okay. That is
Try
definitely
it.
that is definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's still D20, right?
Yep. That's no.
For the-
You said
No.
short bow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be 1d6 plus your dexterity.
1d6 plus 30. 8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. And where'd you say you were aiming again?
Kind of like right here, like between his shoulder and his pec, I guess. One of these muscles.
All right.
To kind of.
All right. So you fire your arrow. You feel the string leave your hand, and you do watch as the arrow connects, but he doesn't move. He doesn't even flinch as the arrow sinks into his green flesh, and slowly his good hand reaches up and snaps the arrow off, and he turns to look at you, and he says, "Do not worry, you are next."
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Let me do some quick math here. Hang on. Next up is Ozla.
Connor,
Yeah.
I would like to rage.
Yeah.
To rage.
Is Guest just not going to tell anybody what that fly on the wall told him?
Yeah!
Hey,
right.
no metagaming. No metagaming. Hush. Shh. You don't know about that. You don't know about that. Shush.
Okay, how do I rage again?
Basically you just say it. So, you guys watch as Ozla's facial features change. She begins to froth at the mouth as her halfling muscles start to bulge and as her hands start to throttle her shield. So now that you're in a range, now that you're in a rage, let me.
Do I describe it?
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and describe it if you want.
Okay. I didn't describe it properly last time I raged, but Oz's rage, it doesn't look human, really. She isn't a human, but the way it comes out is it's bright, fluorescent green. It looks like it's beading out of her skin, like sea foam. And it sort of crosses over her features, and it bleeds up into her eyes until her eyes are flaring like a bright green, and then it all goes red, and she's just screaming and just like, ah!
All right. So now that you're in your rage, are you going to make an attack?
Yes, I will be.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack. And this is with your hammer.
How do I do that?
D20 plus 2 plus your strength. Your strength bonus.
I told you guys. Every Sunday.
Plus 2 and my strength.
Plus 2 and your strength bonus, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Please don't be a fucking flop. 5.
Okay, so Ozla, even in your rage, you swing your hammer as hard as you can, but the hand that was holding the broken part of the arrow drops it, and the hammer stops in his hand.
No.
Okay, next up we have Fenkin.
See. Alright, so Franklin watches all of this happen, and well, he's like, oh, here we go again, and I'm guessing he's fairly close to him, so I would like to pull out my short sword.
Okay.
And make an attack.
Alright, go ahead and roll your attack.
D6? Or
D20 plus 2 plus dex. Your dex bonus, not the big number.
Was it plus anything else but dex?
Just plus the D20 plus 2 plus your dex modifier.
Alright, so that would be 6.
Okay. So, unfortunately, you make a bit too much noise as you make kind of your leaping attack, and the hammer flashes out and knocks you aside. You come clattering down to the ground. And after that, Fenkin, we have Gesh.
So, how close do I have to be before I can use my lightning breath on him?
That's a good question. Hang on.
Ooh.
Let me pull up the racial abilities of the Dragonborn. Just a second. Oh, here we go. Okay, breath weapon. You can use your action to exhale destructive energy. Your draconic ancestry determines the shot. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. When you use your breath weapon, each creature in the area of the exhalation must make a saving throw, the type of which is determined by your draconic ancestry. This DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. A creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one. So, with your breath, you would be hitting the guy, but you'd also be hitting Ozla and Fenkin.
Oh.
He's actually considering it.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna fire straight at the arm that's got the burning flaming fist.
Okay.
Why no damage streak?
Who of Fen and Ozla has less hit points? Probably Fen.
And what's your
Where do I see that even?
It's
I haven't had to need to look at my hit
Also, you
points.
haven't needed it.
Unfortunately, it's hitting the both of you. So you watch.
Right.
So you watch as Geth takes in a deep breath, and blue lightning begins to crackle around his lips before. You want to describe it, Ethan, or
Make a sound effect.
Crackles with his lips and into just zapping straight out. You know, like just straight out. Like thunder when it flies out towards the orc.
Okay, and just 1 second. What's your Constitution modifier?
Bye,
there,
Ben.
Geth?
That's 3.
Okay. Just 1 second. Let me get that written down. Where'd my pencil? Oh, okay. Ozla and Fenkin, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw. So
Okay,
that's gonna be a
wait,
D20 plus your saving throw bonus. That'll be in the box that's above the skills.
What?
Oof. Okay, wait. I would like to you before that happens. I just remembered I have a Bardic Inspiration Die that I have never used.
That would be.
I
great
would like
if it
to
was your
use
turn.
that. Huh?
That would be great if it was.
Can I
your
only
turn.
use it on my turn?
Yep.
How are you supposed to use it to help other people's rolls then?
You have to play it on your turn, and then they can use it on their next turn.
Oh, well, sorry. I was going to help you, Fen. but I can't.
Connor, what did you say? Did I add my proficiency bonus, or what did I add? What
No,
box?
you roll a d20 and then add your Constitution saving throw, which is above your skills. You'll find it under saving throws.
Saving throws.
You're talking to the two wrong people here. I can't find shit. Oh wait, no, I found it. So D20 plus Constitution. Okay, well. Oh, okay. I got 18.
Okay.
I got 16.
Okay. So fortunately, you guys are only taking half damage.
Yeah, baby.
Ozla, as the electrical breath, I'm opening my window. Hang on. As the electrical breath kind of arcs out towards you, you end up taking 8 points of lightning damage, and Fenkin takes 7 points of lightning damage. But fortunately, it did hit the orc as well, and he kind of like reels back as the energy kind of like sparks across him. And as this happens, his runic tattoos start to glow a bit on his body.
Ooh.
And as that happens, he kind of like it looked like he was like kind of, for lack of a better word, shocked by what happened, but then he steels himself, and you see the lightning wreathing around him as if he's controlling it. And he looks to you, Gesh, and he says, "You should not have done that."
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yes, she's casually dooming us all.
No.
You're into a power up you have.
Next up in the order is Gash. We've got Nox. Nox? Vinn? Vinn?
Finn, come back!
Oh, Vinn. Someone message Finn. I think they're frozen. Vinn? Vinn?
1 sec.
Give me a sec.
Nope.
I think their internet dropped. Oh, there it is.
Connor, why'd you have to make the orc so sexy?
D&D in COVID times is difficult.
Hello?
You did this on purpose.
We can hear you. We can hear you now, Finn. We can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so can't use charm person. Too late for that. So instead, wait, hold on. Let me fix that. Okay. So Nox, really the only thing that is safe for her to do is take a shot with her bow. Because her only offensive spell would once again hit Oz and Fenkin. So
Okay.
she is going to shoot with her short bow.
Okay, go and make your attack roll. And Amakwe, did we take your turn or did I forget again?
Yeah, I was like the first one, I think.
Oh, okay. I wanted to
Yeah, she went first.
Okay.
God, should I use my fucking Bardic Inspiration? Because my rolls have been such dog shit today.
Well,
I feel like I should just use it so that I hit.
Inspiration as the bard.
Huh?
Well, it would be the first time you used Bardic Inspiration as the bard.
That's true. It's not like a super helpful time to use it, though.
Anytime rolls are being made is a good time to use Bardic Inspiration. I shouldn't be telling you this, but like, you know, as a bard, anytime you can like improve somebody's attack rolls, especially if you know someone's going to be going after you, like Amakwe, then that's probably a good time to use Bardic Inspiration.
All right, I am going to use Bardic Inspiration then.
Okay, who are you giving your inspiration dice to?
Oh, I was going to use it for myself.
Okay. All right. So, what are you doing to inspire yourself? What are you saying? A poem? Are you playing some music?
Thinking about how annoyed I am about how bad this day has been, and how I just want it to be over.
Well, thinking nice thoughts isn't necessarily enough for Bardic Inspiration to work. Bards draw their power from their art.
Sorry, you cut out.
Thinking nice thoughts or not so nice thoughts doesn't exactly work for a bard. Bards draw their magic from their art, so you gotta do something. You gotta play music. You gotta do a poem. Something.
Hit us with a rap.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll do a freestyle rap. No. Man, I don't know. You're asking me to be creative.
You have a flute, don't you? That's one of the things that you had in your character sheet, right?
Huh?
Well, she has a flute, doesn't she?
She does.
There you go.
I mean, I guess she can one-hand the flute while she gets her bow out, while she pulls an arrow out of her quiver.
All right, so you have an inspiration dice for whenever your next turn is.
Just gonna do her favorite ditty that her dad taught her.
There you go. There we go. Okay, so next up it's the top of the order. And now it is the orc.
You skipped me!
I did skip
Wait.
you. I'm sorry. I had 0 written next to your name for some reason. My brain was like, "Oh, okay." Dhuur'in, it's your turn.
Wait, I also that's my wait. Using Bardic Inspiration is a bonus ability, I thought.
Let me double check that because you could be very well right, and I could be wrong. Let me.
I don't know how reputable these online sources are, so.
Yes, it is a bonus action, so you can still attack.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there is a stipulation in here that I'm going to let this go for now since this is the first time you used it, but it does say you can inspire others through stirring words or music. To do so, you use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you who can hear you.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is you can use on yourself. Okay. Okay, well, can I still use it? Can I use it for Dhuur'in instead then?
Yeah, Dhuur'in's turn is right up next. Whoop. Who'd we lose? Oh, we lost Sophie. Oh, we lost Sophie.
Sophie.
Oh, we lost Sophie.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, God, no.
Look under the couch.
Oh, look under the couch.
She's back.
What happened?
I'm sorry, we lost Sophie. And then Finn said, look under the couch.
Fuck's sake! Stop swearing.
Okay. So should I do my normal attack then first, and then do the Bardic Inspiration after? Just
Whatever you want
to make it easier.
Whatever you want.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do that then. I'll just roll a normal attack first. Okay, this is her short bow, by the way. She's gonna attack with her short bow.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, it's a 6. So she shoots herself. That's a crit 1.
Was it a natural 1?
Yes.
Oh no! That means
Jesus
I get to
fucking Christ.
decide what happens. So I would still like you to roll damage really quick for me
With my bow?
with your bow.
Okay.
Roll damage as if you hit him.
That is a +3. That's a 4. It was also a 1. It's a 4.
Fenkin, you take 4 points of damage as the arrow shoots between Ozla and the orc and slams right into your knee.
Not the knee.
Well, that goes for adventuring days.
Wait, you said 5 hit points?
4.
4.
Yeah. Now you're married.
Okay, just a heads up, guys. I have 1 hit point left.
Wait, how do you only have 1 hit point left?
Because he got zapped.
Oh, right.
With-
Yeah, I forgot.
Lightning breath.
Just also information for you guys. I have never gotten damaged by an enemy, but I have gotten 2 friendly fires. And I'm a single.
You guys
Hit
are
point.
so good at killing everything other than the monsters.
I'm really good at killing the monsters.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
well, now that has gone super well, I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration on Dhuur'in's attack roll. So I'm going to roll a d6, and then the result of that will be added to Dhuur'in's attack roll when it's his turn.
Actually, he just
With
has
my
the
luck.
dice. Actually, he just has the dice, so he can choose to roll to add a d6 whenever he makes his next roll.
Oh, okay, so I don't roll it. He's going to roll it.
No. You just
Okay.
play. You just play the funny little music that lets him roll.
Okay.
Is that
So after wounding my own party member, Nox just kind of goes, that shit, and gets another arrow ready for her next turn. But in the meanwhile, she sees Dhuur'in preparing to attack, and she will have inspiring words for her that you guys can use your imaginations to decide what that means.
No, not how this works. Not how this works, Nox.
Connor, I'm in pain.
Okay.
Leave me
All
alone.
right. Okay, not a problem. In that case, Dhuur'in, go ahead and take your D6, and now it's your turn.
So is that an additional D6 to hit?
To hit.
That's to hit. Yeah, I can't boost your attack. That would be dope, but I can't.
Is there is there an appropriate knowledge roll I can make to see why his runes started glowing?
Magic.
Ooh. Hit us with an Arcana check.
I mean, if you want that to be your action, sure.
You can't just make a knowledge roll as a free action?
Nope, unfortunately not.
Oh well, thanks Pathfinder. All right, I'll just roll the hit then.
Did
I was
Connor
gonna say
freeze
that would
for anyone
that
else?
would get your boost if you wanted to do that.
Did I freeze? Am I
Yeah,
frozen?
Connor, you're frozen.
Oh,
Yeah.
for God's sake. Oh, well. Hang on. Let me see if I can...
Oh.
Hey, there we go. What a horrible face
Yay.
to frozen.
Hey.
Okay.
All right, I'll roll the hit. I'll hear the lovely music. I'll take a couple steps backwards since my Eldritch Blast, tried and true, has a huge fucking range. Because I don't want to be in the middle of all that. And I'll hit him. Give me one moment, please.
Sorry, my cat's here now. Oh, get off my computer. Get off my computer. Hey, stop.
I think it's funny that Tabaxi player is being harassed by their cat.
Okay.
So that'd be a 28 to hit.
Okay. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Finally.
Ow.
For 6 damage.
16. Okay. So, as you know, you're almost always hearing the discordant pipes of your patron as they play through your head, but you also hear the lovely piping of Nox as she plays her song for you, and you do find a certain clarity between the two that allows you to cast Eldritch Blast a little more smoothly. So you push your arcane energy out, and it does reach the orc in time, slamming into his back and making him jump back a bit. And he takes his 6. Okay. All right, top of the order. It's the orc's turn. Looking a little worse for wear, he raises his good hand and places it against his chest, and you see it begin to glow yellow. And you notice that near his hand, there's like a little pendant that it looks like a brass like sun symbol kind of hanging around his neck, and he begins to whisper. He begins to whisper in common some very holy, very sacred words, and he casts healing word on himself.
Ooh, you shouldn't have told me that.
Okay.
Stop.
Let me just.
I have a spell that could stop that from happening.
Oh, you have counter.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Well, what spell is it?
Chill touch.
Well, is that reaction or is that
That's
on
not-
your turn?
Oh, that'll be on my turn, but he won't be able to heal until my next turn. And I think the spell also grapples him.
Stop.
So you can do
Damn.
that. So you can do that next turn, but until then, he is healing himself, unfortunately.
That's okay. That's okay. Now I know.
Just a second. Oh, how did I write this? I'm stupid. Okay. Okay. You see the glow kind of emanate throughout his chest, and he takes kind of a deep breath. And as that happens, he raises his hammer again, and the fire. It covered the hammer before, but now it like grows in intensity, and he holds it higher and higher above his head as kind of like a challenge. And now it is Amakwe's turn.
Okay, I was on mute. But what exactly was in that little necklace vial thing that the priest had?
It wasn't really a It wasn't really a vial. It was just an amulet with the sigil of the silver dragon hanging off of it, the platinum dragon.
Oh, gotcha. For some reason, I thought there was like a little vial with it or something. I think this time I'm going to use the oil flask.
Ooh, it's time.
Toss over.
Okay.
Question: can I use that and shoot an arrow to like hit it over his head, or is?
Hang on.
You wouldn't be able to in Pathfinder.
I'm gonna say yes because it sounds awesome. But I am gonna say you're making this attack with disadvantage because this is a very tricky thing that you're trying to do.
Can I just ask?
So then
is
I'll
Finn still there? Is he still close to the orc?
What?
He's still alive?
Is Fenkin still right next to the orc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, guys. Please.
Hey, okay. No, I don't want to do that. Poor Finken. Let me see.
I mean, if Connor lets you do it, then go ahead. We'll just see what happens.
No, I don't want to kill him. He's fun. Let's see. Can I go ahead then and use stealth to place some ball bearings behind and around the orc?
Ooh.
Make a stealth check.
$25.
Ooh. All right, so you are able to like slink out of his sight by taking the hide action, and hang on. So going stealth in combat, yeah, whatever. I'll worry about that later. So you're gonna try to scatter some ball bearings around him.
Yeah, I've got 1,000. So I'll use 500 of them.
Okay, so you go stealth and you launch out a bunch of ball bearings from your pockets, and it's about 500 of them, so they cover quite a long area. So.
Oh shit! No!
So Ozla.
No!
Ozla, what are you doing on your turn?
No! Can I take it back?
Hang on, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Can I... She's like obviously very pissed. Is she still allowed to be in rage mode?
She is still in rage, yeah.
Okay. Where's Fen? How close is he?
Fenn's kind of been knocked aside away from the orc, so kind of like behind it a little bit. Behind him.
Okay. Is he dead? I think she's
Ball bearings aren't going to kill him. At worst, they'll make him prone, knock him over.
Right, yeah.
He wouldn't take any damage from that, but he would be extremely vulnerable to the orc's next attack.
Okay, in that case, I think I'm going to have Oz try and knock the orc away from Fen.
Okay.
Like, trying to get him away.
Alright, so you're not moving then, you're just making an attack?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Because you're in those ball bearings as well. Go ahead and make an attack roll, so that's d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency bonus.
Six.
So you swipe your hammer out again, but it just hits air. You're just a little short. And unfortunately you do miss.
Great.
Next up is Fenkin.
Hi. Okay, so Fenton is barely alive at this point. He's probably groaning and trying to get up from the ground and sees the predicament he's in.
Can you like
can
go
I move-
prone and crawl away?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Can I move out of the area of danger? Can I retreat?
Well, you're kind of already on the ground, so I'm not going to make you roll the DC check for the ball bearings. But if you want to try to crawl to safety, that's fine. Yeah.
Just army crawl.
Okay, 'cause I think
What's your crawling at the edge of life speed?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and make any attacks with my 1 hit point, so I'm gonna try to retreat out of the area of effect that is around the orc.
All right. So you're crawling away then.
Yes.
So you kind of crawl off the road and into the bushes a little bit, and maybe you're able to kind of like roll under the undergrowth, so you're kind of like out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
But you are very hurt, so you know what? Give me a stealth check. Give me a stealth check.
Uh-oh.
Alright. You're trying to find where stealth is? Is it in the...
It's in skills.
Oh, there. I found it. Okay. Oh! Six.
Okay, so you are able to make it under the undergrowth, but like you've got like a leg sticking out or something, so it's still very clear that you're there. And as this happens, the orc kind of like looks around at you, and it sees you very clearly, but then it turns back
Just a
to
leg.
Miss Ozla.
He's like, I'm gonna deal with that later.
He doesn't want to kill!
So next up we have, if I'm reading this correctly, which I think I am, we got Gesh. Geshy boy.
Okay, so that lining didn't really work out all too well. So here, you get out a dart and fling it straight at one of the orc's eyes.
A dart,
Oh.
you said?
Yeah, a dart. So I have
Okay.
darts.
Go ahead and roll your attack roll. So again, that's a d20 plus dex plus your proficiency bonus.
It's a 12.
Okay. So it hits, but it doesn't do any damage. It kind of like just...
It bounces off the skull on his shoulder. Yeah.
No, it lands in his skin, and he kind of looks down. And he
What the
kind of
fuck
looks
is
at
that?
you and just... and breaks it in his hand. Following Gesh, we have Opportunity is Knocking.
Yay. Okay, I'm sorry. I need kind of a lay of the land. So he's still up. Fenkin got out of the way. I'm assuming Ozla is still in range of the orc.
Ozla's still in front of him, yeah.
Okay, and then the traps are around. Are they like completely surrounding both of them?
Currently, Ozla and the orc are standing in the in kind of like the area of ball bearings. Yes.
Okay, but have they has the orc actually been fallen into it yet, or
Not
is he
yet,
still
no,
standing?
Not yet. No. It's they only have to roll if they try to move across it. So if Ozla had said yeah, I take a step and swing, then she would have had to roll too.
Okay. Well, damn it, Ozla. I don't know if I should do that. Well, who goes after me? Dhuur'in goes after me. And then... Oh, but then the orc goes, doesn't he? Damn it.
Then the orc goes, yeah. And how many bardic inspirations can you do a day? Let me check that. Hold on.
I think you have one die at level 1. I think you only have one until you rest. But I'm not sure. Again, I don't know how.
You can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier. So your charisma what's your charisma
4?
modifier? 4. So if you have a charisma modifier of 4, then you can use it 4 times in one day.
Oh, sick. Okay. Okay. If I were to push someone into the traps, would they would immediately have to do a saving throw to avoid falling, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would I be able to use my Bardic Inspiration to help Ozla get out of that? You know what I mean? Or is that because it's still my turn?
Yes, but it wouldn't be a case of you give her the inspiration and then she can immediately use it. It would be on her next turn when she tries to move out.
Okay. Okay. So let me clarify. What I want to do is I want to cast Thunderwave in the area of the orc and Ozla, which if they don't fail, I guess that would be a saving throw for her. Regardless. Okay, so what Thunderwave does, for clarity, is if you fail your saving throw, you take damage and you get pushed back. If you don't fail your saving throw, you still take a little bit of damage and you don't get pushed back. So my idea would be to use that to push the orc into the traps so that he is automatically prone so that Dhuur'in or someone can attack him immediately. But that would also affect Ozla because she's right next to him. So she would also need to pass a saving, or I don't know what kind of saving throw it is.
Well, Thunderwave works in a 15-foot cube, and with how close everybody's kind of grouped together, it would be pretty much everybody making a.
Okay, you think it would just hit everyone?
I'm pretty far back there.
I guess maybe not then.
I'd
Right,
bye.
You know what? Friendly fire has been a big issue of this fight, so I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Scrap that idea.
I saw the look of horror in M's face. She was just like, don't do it.
Instead of that, since this fight has been going on a while and we're all in pain, I'm going to go move to... I assume I can probably make it to Fenkin within 30 feet. I assume he's close enough.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to move to Fenkin. I'm going to grab his dumb little leg that's sticking out of the bush. And I am going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Cure Wounds. How much does that heal up?
Cure Wounds. How much is that?
That's going to be 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, so go ahead and roll that 1d8.
Okay. Wait, do I have to roll the hit first?
No.
Or no?
It's not a damaging spell. It's a healing spell.
Okay.
She missed the healing spell. Heals the ground.
Plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which I think is 3 question mark? What's my charisma?
Yeah. So 1d8 plus 3.
4. Okay. So I heal him for 9.
For none?
9, sorry.
9, okay.
Sorry, 9.
You're a bit startled by the feeling of Tabaxi toe beans wrapping around your exposed ankle, but you do feel a warmth spreading up your leg, and the pain begins to dissipate as you heal your 9 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. She will grab him and look at him very intensely, and tell him that you need to get to your feet. We need you. And
he will actually give her a really grateful look and be like, thanks.
Those blessed 9 hit points.
He definitely changed his opinion of you, Nox, at this point. That I can She sees a little box in the corner that says Plankton will remember that.
Yeah. In the Sims, that is that little like person with a plus sign above his head. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Next up in the order, we have Mr. Kolbavar.
I'm going to try to cast Chill Touch on the orc.
Okay,
Chill
so
Touch.
you're going to make your way over to him and cast Chill Touch?
No, I don't have to go over to him. It has a range of 120 feet. I don't have to touch him.
Oh, I'm a bad DM.
So is Dhuur'in just like lounging on a chair, like 30 feet away from everyone, just like raising
Yeah,
his arm languidly to cast these?
Way far back behind this fucking orc, away from everybody. So if he takes a hit, he's on his own. But he's way back there, and he's just like doing magic. So I'm gonna try to cast Chill Touch.
So go
Love
ahead
that one.
and roll your spell attack.
Will 15 hit?
15 will hit. You all watch.
I gotta cast my damage. Hold on. It does 1d8 necrotic damage.
I know. I was just about to explain that.
Oh, well, I'm rolling damage. Let me roll my damage.
Okay.
All right. You need to know how dramatic to be with your description based on how much damage this does.
Hold on, I rolled the wrong dice. I was like, 10? That's not right. Well, that'll be one necrotic damage, but he cannot heal until my next turn.
All right. So you all watch as Dhuur'in extends a skeletal hand, and kind of frigid cryokinetic energies start to like waft off of it, and soon it looks like it's growing at first, but no. Instead, a phantasmal skeletal hand reaches out and grasps at the shoulder of the orc, and where it touches, little flecks of ice begin to appear and spread down the arm, and he takes just 1 point of damage.
Since it only took 1 point of damage, can the hand like flick him? He's like, ow.
You know what? It doesn't touch his shoulder. It reaches out and grabs one of his torn ears, and he's just like,
pulls on it.
But it'll stay there until my next turn.
Okay, so, Gesh. So,
Yeah?
remembering what you were told by the guard, I would like you to make an insight check with advantage, please.
Ooh.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Save us.
Low rolls.
So, advantage is I roll twice and use the biggest number, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. $18.
18. Okay.
Nice.
So, during your training as a monk, during all the pit fights back in Amon, you've seen a lot of battle in your time. You've seen a lot of bar brawls. You've seen a lot of fights for gold and all that. And you can kind of tell when someone's pulling their punches, or at the very least, you can tell when someone knows they have an opportunity to end a fight and they're actively not taking it. And throughout this entire fight, you're getting that vibe from this orc. You're getting the vibe that he's not putting his all into this.
Okay.
Now use that information to turn the fight around.
Thinking on his deathbed.
So as this realization hits you, is there anything you want to do real quick?
Talk to the orc.
You come here often?
No, that's fine. Figure out what he wants.
All he wants is a little companionship.
I need a boyfriend.
Oh, I regret making NPCs.
You didn't have to make him so sexy. You didn't have to.
How many of these NPCs are orcs? Because you might want to change that number. Or make it bigger. Lean into it.
Anyway, yes, please change the conversation quick.
So clearly, this isn't working out. We're probably going to lose this if this keeps going. And he's holding back. If we do this any further, then he might just end us all in one blow. So, Gash, bless you.
Thank you.
Gash goes and puts himself between Dhuur'in and where the massive orc is, and then bellows out.
Yeah.
And he bellows out.
He
Are you trying to
farts.
remember the
Oh my
phrase?
God, no.
Give the man a moment to think.
I think we're cutting out a bit.
Hey, kitty. Come here.
Yeah, he bellows out. Who is the Dawn Father? Who is the Dawn? If you tell us this, we will leave this road alone.
Oh.
So the orc looked like he was just about to swing down at Ozla again, but as you shout out, the hammer stops midair, and he very slowly turns around and he says, "What do you know of the Dawn Father?"
I know that the hunter controls the call of the Dawn Father.
Slowly the orc's face turns from kind of like a war-torn grimace into like a soft grin, and as that happens, the hammer drops and the flame dissipates, and he says, "The hunter. So that is what they are calling me in Bright Skull now. Can't say I do not like it."
Oh, mysterious. I assume during this that Nox is just staring at Gash in confusion.
Yeah, it's just sort of brought this all up out of nowhere.
Chilling hand is still pulling at his ear.
Yeah. Fenn's leg is still sticking out of the bush.
He reaches up and picks up the amulet that's hanging around his neck, and he holds it up, and he shows off kind of like the sun sigil. "Tell me, you truly do not know the Dawn Father?" And I'd like everybody to make a go ahead and make a religion check.
Oh,
A religion check.
Religion check, yeah.
Oh,
I got 15.
I got a motherfucking goddamn nat 20.
wow.
You know every religion. You have read every Bible.
I know every
I got
Bible.
19. I got 19, but because I've got the plus, I also have a 20. It's just not a natural 20.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. So,
I have a 4.
okay, so since
I
this
have
is
5.
since this is not a difficult
idiots.
check to pass, you guys know that there's kind of like a set pantheon of gods that people tend to worship around the world, especially in the Empire, the Dwendalian Empire. Pelor is one of these deities, and he is the god of sun, of light and rebirth. He's basically he's one of the prime deities, and is revered by farmers and travelers alike. So it's a bit strange, however, that an outlander orc is worshiping prime deity that's primarily worshipped among more civilized people.
Am I obligated to act with this information, or do we all know this information? No. What was the name of the god? I'm gonna write it down.
Pelor, Pelor.
Pelor. And he's revered by hunters. Cool. Okay. So in the midst of this kind of strange pause that the fight has taken, Nox will get up from where she was crouching with Fen in the bushes and come over to them, and with the only nat 20 that she'll ever roll, the knowledge that she has about Pelor, she'll come over and she'll look at the orc and his sun insignia. And,
his muscles are glistening with sweat.
Yeah, his very sweaty sun insignia. And she'll ask about it, and she'll say, like, these symbols that you adorn yourself with, these are the marks of Pelor, yet I do not know many like you that worship him.
He looks down at you.
Like an orc.
He looks down at you,
situation.
which is kind of like a chore, because you are a great deal shorter than he is.
Yes.
And his grin grows ever wider, and a huge green hand comes out to pat your shoulder.
Oh, God.
He throws his head back in just a bellow of laughter. And when he's finally done, he looks down at you and says, "Oh, you know far more than I think, child of the Cat Lord."
And I take 1d4 bludgeoning damage for that pat.
No, that's only if you sleep with him.
I'm prepared. I'll do it.
Vinn's first in line. He's ready.
Stepping back, he kind of like regards you all and kind of slings the hammer up over his shoulder to kind of rest on the dragon wormling skull. And he looks at you and he says, "You are not the usual guard that Pride's Call is sending. Is that true?"
Yes.
Damn right.
It's true. You're far too for any random guard to even attempt to stop you taking the carts away here. From this
Yes,
particular...
butter him up for me.
Yeah.
Don't.
And you're big and sexy
anyway,
too.
He looks at Gesh and says, "Don't flatter me," and then he addresses the rest of you. He says, "So you serve no kings, you fly no banners, but you do come from Pride's Call, eh?"
Yes.
"I see."
Not originally. I believe out of everyone, only one of our elves is really attached to Pride's Call at all.
Just put Amway in the fucking spotlight.
And he kind of regards you all, and then he kind of like looks down at the injuries that he's sustained. And he kind of reaches back and feels where the Eldritch Blast has hit, which is still kind of like smoking, and the skin is still kind of cracking. And he says, "I see. In that case, I think I can use you." And with that, we are going to take a break.
Oh,
Oh, baby, you can use me all night long.